Welcome back, my little lambs. Today we're going to be doing something a little different. This next mission is actually pretty darn hard, and it's probably one of the first missions you'll come across in the game where we need to do something different. We're actually going to go to the Simpod because we need to get some XP for our mech warriors. Yuichi, we already upgraded him pretty good, but we need to try and upgrade some of the other things, because we want to start looking at getting them mechs that they have affinity for. So you can see we're checking everything out here, and we're looking at all the different upgrades that we can do and how many we've got to do to where we can get a slot unlocked. And evasion and everything has been helping us pretty good, but right now our mech warriors are also going to need to start focusing on some of their offensive skills. Because, like I was saying, that mission that we were going to try and do, it is a really tough one. There's just too much you have to do in it. Okay, so here in the Simpod, this is the first time we've opened it, so it's going to give us a quick explanation on what we can do. One of the basic things we can do is replay any level that we've already beat. There will be some special conditions that will help give us bonus XP. There's other things that have also been added to the game since it came out, like these horde modes and the arena mode. But we're going to focus on just redoing campaign missions, if we don't need to do training or anything. So we're going to go here, and these are all the missions that we've already completed so far. We can go back and replay any one, and as you can see, the first two training ones, there's no special bonuses. But if we redid this Satander mission, right now we've got like 5 things that will give us a bonus. If we can do it without losing a component, if we can do it to where the total tonnage of our mechs is less than a certain amount, and you can see that that's pretty much the way it is with all missions. Completed in a certain amount of time, use stock configurations of mechs, nothing special. So we're going to have to change out our star configuration, and we're going to give everybody low level ones because we're redoing this. So we're going to get that taken care of, and then we'll get hopping right into the mission and see how many of those bonuses we can complete. Now, for those of you that may be curious, if you notice that there was a special bonus if the total tonnage of our mech squad was 125 tons or less. The trick to getting that is using the mist links. You'll have to make sure you've got 5 of them to use, so if you need to, go and buy some extra ones. This is also one of the reasons why I don't like selling mechs as I'm progressing in the game, because going back and replaying in the Simpod, you may want to keep those mechs and have them. That way you don't have to rebuy them. Did you ever have one of those feelings of deja vu? Like you've been here before? Like this is something that you've done? Well, thankfully, that's what the skip button is for. Okay, so obviously I've edited this video quite heavily since, this mission will take about 15 minutes and the video itself was only around 18. I'm just showing you some of the key parts of what it's like to replay a mission in the Simpod. You're either trying to beat it by using smaller mechs to get that less than tonnage bonus, or you're having fun and going back with super overpowered mechs and just blowing the crap out of everybody and not really caring about a bonus. So we're just going to play this. I'll show you the key parts of this mission and how well things work out. You can already see that obviously, we're not going to get the tonnage bonus, so that's been marked out by red. So all we have to do is worry about all the other ones, and right now they're all checked off. So all we got to do is just complete this mission to get the 4 bonuses.
Scan node disengaged.
Enemy eliminated. We are touchdown.
One of the fun things about replaying a mission in the Simpod, especially some of the first few of missions, is you've obviously had a chance to upgrade your MechWarriors, different skill sets and everything, so you'll be able to see, in some cases, a very big difference in how well they handle the level, and that's one of the things that can be a key of beating the time bonus, is, the skill set of your MechWarriors will make a difference. This isn't just you replaying everything as it was before. Every bonus that you've given yourself up until now is going to be active.
The interiors have been stripped completely. Even the reactor cores are gone.
Keep us appraised, Star Commander.
So far, so good on this Simpod replay. Everybody's been doing really good. Ezra's the only one who's fallen below 90% on their battle damage, but other than that, Yuichi, he's still at 100. He's really doing good on this level. And as you can see, nobody suffered a component loss. We're still within the mission time. We're still using stock loadouts, and we already found all the caches the first time we played this mission, so we didn't have to search for them again, even though we did rescan everything in this area as we were fighting. Now we're getting ready for the next part where we're going to go on to the next bit. Okay, so I edited everything out. Here we are at the mission success screen. You can see that we got some good basic mech XP, and here's all the XP rewards we got for completing those mission parameters. Add everything together, you can see the total pilot XP, but it may seem slow. Redoing a couple of Simpod missions, though, can sit there and get everything to build up really quick, especially if, you're playing missions that only take you like about 10 to 15 minutes. That's not going to be a lot of extra time, so we're going to turn around and take a look at one of these higher level ones that we've already completed and see what we can do, and we'll compare how well we can get XP for high level missions compared to the early level missions to see which ones might be the best for grinding out. Real quick, I'm just going to go back and double check everybody in the barracks so I can get a better idea of what I'm trying to do here. This is something that, you got a better memory because you're younger and not old like me. You may not have to do this as much, but we're just going to check everything and start getting our ideas going. Real quick before I start the next Simpod mission, another thing to mention is redoing Simpod missions also gives you XP for your mechs for completing of the chassis milestones. So if you're trying to upgrade your mechs, replaying of Simpod missions are great ways for completing all these milestones, like killing a certain amount of enemies, of doing a certain number of things and everything. Okay, so here's the Courchevel missions. We definitely want to do one of these. We're going to sit here and look and see. Notice a lot of them, have a time frame that might be hard to complete. The baiting the hook one, we got to do it in 16 minutes or less. I think that mission took almost 25 minutes to complete. So you may have to pick and choose what mission bonuses you're trying to get. Plus, we got to see what we're going to get for the XP. Maybe it's worth it losing one or two. So we're going to go with baiting the hook and see how well we can do with it. I'm going to have fun, and we're going to use all Timberwolves for our mech star configuration. That'll keep us below the tonnage limit, and it'll be interesting to see how well a team full of wolves can do.
The Igors are in position. Cobalt, Brass, both of you are too far afield. Move up to this position.
Af, Cobalt on the move. Advancing.
All units be advised. A sudden spike electromagnetic signal just appeared on scope. This could be it.
How the hell did Osis allow the Curitans to get the better of him? And now Wolcott is off limits. The report mentioned the Genyosha. Yuichi says they are one of the Combine's most elite units.
The Bachal transcripts show Hohiro attempting to play off his forces as green. Dieter was a fool to fall for such an obvious deception, especially after what he himself witnessed when Hohiro escaped Turtle Bay.
Star Colonel, we have contact. They are here.
All stars, advance! Close off their line of escape, quickly!
One enemy mech down. Militia forces are on us, Star Colonel. I am engaged as well. Cobalt, my strike star is circling around and cutting off their line of retreat. I need you to draw this fight out long enough for their command lands to enter the fray. How do we know they will expose themselves? They could be falling back now. Once we cut off their lines of retreat, they will be forced to commit to the fight. Be ready for them. And Star Captain. Destroyed a mech.
Okay, so just as I was thinking, the time limit on this level is definitely it's going to be tricky to beat. So you can see we've already wasted a lot of time. And if you remember what this level is like, I'm pretty sure we're going to lose the bonus.
Cobalt, eyes up! We have a Leopard inbound.
Must be a command lance. Good. If that is the case, one of them might have what I need.
So just right at the end in the last battle, we ended up losing a component on one of our mechs. So we lost that bonus. But as you can see from the two bonuses we did get, we got pretty much the same XP that we did from redoing a Satander mission. So the higher level missions, if you can get the bonuses, definitely may be worth it. But you can see that, we lost, 60% of the bonuses trying to do it. And if it's getting us the same XP as the low-level Satander, it might be better just to keep focusing on the Satander missions. Okay, so we're going to start checking everybody out and doing some more upgrading. Let's see. To get a new slot for him, we're going to spend this 600 points. And we're going to give him my favorite mech in all the MechWarrior games, Timberwolf. We can see the other things for him that we've gotten done good. So let's go ahead and get this done, and then we'll sit there and go through the rest of our team, unlocking what we can and trying to figure out what mechs will be best for them. Everybody has their own particular skill set, so certain mech loadouts are going to be best for them. So you're either going to want to pick a mech affinity for a stock mech, or, pick a mech for them that you think fits them, and then you're going to want to upgrade to get weapons pods unlocked for that mech, so you can configure the mech to fit their particular skills. I think for Ezra, we're going to go ahead and give him an affinity for a Warhawk. I think that's probably going to be one of the best ones for him. His skill set is definitely for energy and ballistic. And if I remember the loadout to a Warhawk, it's mainly, energy and ballistic weapons. So, I think that'll be a good choice for him. We've got the skill affinities for medium and assault mech, so with the Warhawk being an assault mech, he's going to be getting double skill bonuses when he's using that, so this should be a fairly good match. So the last person we're going to be working on is Mia. She obviously didn't take the death too well, because she's using Yuichi as a personal punching bag. For her, I think Gargoyle would be best. Let's cancel this real quick and go back out to the mech bay and double check what a Gargoyle has. Her skill set and everything, I think, will definitely match Gargoyle well. Let's see. All the way up here. Let's see. Okay, so it's got autocannons, which are ballistic. It's got energy. It's got missiles. So, it's a good all-around mech. So, we're going to go ahead and give that to her. She's got medium and heavy for her other skill affinities. A Gargoyle is an assault. So, I think if we get a chance to unlock that, that'll be best for her. Yuichi, we're going to go ahead and let's see. We had his affinity slot open. We just were waiting. I think for him, let's see. Direwolf, we haven't got that unlocked yet. That would probably be good. A Warhawk for him might also be good, but, Timberwolf. He's got great things for missiles and everything. And so we're back here. And this is pretty much going to be bringing us to the end of the video. So thank you so much for watching, my little lambs. I hope to see you again next time in the Digital Wonderlands. And I may have to play a couple of more Simpod missions before we can tackle that mission. But hopefully next week we'll be going to the patrol duty mission. So stay tuned for that.